You're just afraid of gay people and black people. Like, they just make you insecure, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Sure, dude.
Whenever I see a beautiful and strong ally walking down the street wearing rainbow and shit, I just shake and shiver in fear, dude.
Dude, if you were half of the man you think you are, this wouldn't bother you.
I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay.
The fucking Larry Bear scene would have made you laugh. Like it made everyone else laugh.
Yeah, dude.
Sure, dude.
If we were all half the man we was, and we wouldn't be bothered by a ABC scene set in medieval Bohemia about a game that's supposed to be historically accurate and retcon the two characters, you know, being straight. We would also just laugh at a guy doing no things to a bear because, you know, bestiality, that's like super funny, isn't it?
I will show you, okay? Come here. Come here. Not that close. Back away.
You ain't funny.
But yeah, if you didn't know this stunning and brave creature right here, this body type 2 is named Nuhre, which we don't assume genders out here in the Latina kingdom, by the way. But yeah, Nuhre is just one of the hundreds of fence-sitting grifters out there.
I'm a grifter. And you should already know what's going on because I'm a grifter.
Fuck it. Real talk. Real talk.
What am I grifting about now?
Who got big, if we can even call 14k subs big, off of milking the Dragon Age drama and getting shouted out by bigger creators. But anyways, long story short, there is this guy named Revenant Remnant who made a video on Nuhre about 2 weeks ago calling her out as a centrist, rightfully so, because she obviously and clearly is one.
Real talk.
He made a 32-minute video on her, and in her response to that 32-minute video, she did a 2.5-hour cope stream reacting to Revenant Remnant's video on her and unironically says he's the yapper despite, you know, making a 2.5-hour stream dedicated to him. Like absolutely zero self-awareness.
Think back and think, yeah, that guy. That makes really good videos. I know that guy. Do you guys know him?
And in this time span, she barely even reacted to Revenant's video. Instead, what she did for the majority of this time was suck her own dick and brag about how well her channel is doing and how Revenant gets no views or subs, as if that has anything to do with anything. 500
videos and 4,000 subscribers. I know it hurts, right?
Why am I poisoned? Why am I toxic? What?
And like most women, or I mean body type 2s and body type Bs out there, you know, my apologies. She is in denial and unironically in her delusional head of hers believes people don't watch her for her looks or anything. People are just watching her for her stunning and beautiful personality, right?
Hello my simps. Hello people that only watch me because I'm pretty. Hello everyone that, you know, doesn't watch me because I'm funny and engaging and entertaining. Hello, how are you guys doing? You guys good? Hello everyone that is a man in this chat. I don't have lady viewers either.
They just love hearing a thick accent that literally sounds like nails on a chalkboard.
Right.
After all.
And it's definitely not because of the fact that she wears revealing clothes or anything. But yeah, if we're going to cut the bullshit, on the delusional scale, she's probably like a 9 out of 10. Let's just keep it a $1.22.
Real talk.
So anyways, I clipped about an hour of her stream and it was truly miserable sitting through that shit. Then having to edit it again further down. So if I missed any key details of her showcasing her bright and beautiful, stunning personality, then my bad, my apologies. But I truly did try my hardest and shit, okay? So let's do some queen-splaining because clearly Nuhre is a man-hating feminist who hates mansplaining from Revenant Remnant.
Are you mansplaining shit to me?
Shut your bitch ass the fuck up!
And let's check out Nuhre's amazing stream where she got filleted and cooked hella hard by Revenant Remnant.
No, I'm about to get cooked, Chad. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm ready to get cooked live. I'm sorry. I will let the man speak for himself, although you might find a little like hard to understand what he's saying because he does sound like he has a dick in his mouth, but that's besides the point, isn't it?
Why am I poisoned? Why am I toxic?
She's going to bring up this speech impediment shit quite a lot.
Pronounce things first before you come after my accent, by the way, baby.
Which his voice sounds fine, and for the most part, you know, he properly pronounces each word, so I really don't get what she's going on about here. I think it's mostly just projection, since she knows nobody can understand her with her awful accent, let's just be honest. This really is the definition of don't throw stones in a glass house. She is even going to say Remnant has a dick in his mouth.
In cocksacking for absolutely fucking nothing. Can you hear him? I'm telling you that he sounds like he has a dick in his mouth. I wasn't joking, by the way.
Which, to be completely honest, which isn't very LGBTQIABC, you know, friendly and shit. Like, as a proud ally myself, I feel very, very offended.
Left's decided to throw in a gay romance option and a black dude. That's me actually being based.
Yeah, that's definitely you being based, alright. Throw a black dude in 15th century Bohemia where they would not have been in. That's, you know, that's so based. Let's cut the bullshit though. That ain't based. Let's just be honest. That's a libtard argument. And I'm starting to feel like most centrist fence-setting grifters like Nuhre are just liberals in disguise. Am I the only one who feels this way? Like, it really seems as if every quote-unquote centrist is always biased towards the left. But yeah, I really hate this misuse of the word based as well, because people just throw it around for anything these days. What, bro? Your grandma is going to the pride parade and shit? Bro, what? That you know, that's kind of based, bro. Like, unfortunately, it's pretty much lost all of its meaning at this point.
So for anyone who is unfamiliar with Nuhre, she became well known after she somehow had a playtester for driving.
Not somehow. Don't be jealous, okay? I don't know, what's your actual name? I'm gonna call you Bob. Bob, don't be jealous. It's not somehow.
Nobody is jealous of your 14k subs or you grifting off of lonely men. Like, our fellow body type 2 here really seems to be very prideful in the fact that she had an artificial boost in subs. And looking at her social blade, gee, you know, that's not looking very good for our fellow wham in here. Like, I'm not trying to, you know, suck my own imaginary dick or anything, since I'm obviously the Latina queen and obviously I don't have a dick. But as you can see, I be bringing in the growth and shit, and honestly, that's why you should really consider subscribing to me and liking the video, as I, your Latina queen, will never let you down. Ever. And shout out to, you know, Remnant, link will be in this description. Same with What the Egad, as he is also covering Nuhre and her awful response. Let's all surpass her in subs and shit so we can crush and destroy her little ego. Let's put that final nail in Nuhre's coffin. In Minecraft, of course.
Who is she? Who is she?
Remember, people just watch Nuhre off of her stunning and beautiful personality.
I'm sorry, what?
I know it was basically about the ads on your videos and
The ads on my videos? I'm sorry, don't send me super chats. I'm sorry. No, because that makes me a grifter. I'm sorry. But me?
YouTube.
Oh no. Oh no. I didn't know.
Why am I toxic? What?
I have my YouTube memberships enabled. And someone became a member right now.
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck.
She then goes on this long yap session acting like a literal toddler about how she has ads on her videos. Then afterwards, she basically pulls out the measuring tape to do a dick measuring contest on who has more subs. Remnant with 4k subs or Nuhre with 14k subs.
And I have, can someone do the math? 14k to 4k is how many times?
You know, personally, I'm not too sure who has the more subs or which number is bigger. But yeah, like I stated earlier, she does a lot of this dick sucking bullshit and her ego is through the roof. She also somehow thinks she's this enlightened individual because she predicted that Dragon Age the pronoun guard would flop. Wow, it's not like a million other people didn't see this coming as well.
And I pronounce things first before you come after my accent. With deadly accuracy predicted the outcome of the Veilguard fucking debacle when it happened, right?
If it wasn't for Nuhre out here, you know, none of us would have ever known that Dragon Age the pronoun guard would have flopped. And we would have all bought that game and we would all be down $70 right now. Or $60 or however much, you know, that piece of shit game costs. So make sure to get on your knees and worship your new queen here, okay? Because I, Latina Parfait, am no longer worthy of being the queen and shit. She has dethroned me.
So you're lying, okay? No, I did not build my entire channel around me criticizing Veilguard for being a DEI slop.
Do I really need to bring up the receipts? Like, I may have miscounted, so forgive me if I did so, but I counted 35 Veilguard videos out of 52 total videos, so if anything, that is a huge understatement, as those seem to be your only videos getting decent views. Wow, 2 weeks ago, only 600 views on Warhammer, 800 3 days ago on Gothic. It's not looking good out here for the Nuhre bros. Let's do some quick math though. So if we use the formula part over whole, we can plug in the numbers 35 for the numerator and 52 on the bottom for the denominator. Divide that shit, then times it by 100. We get a grand total of 67.31% of your videos being about you milking Dragon Age. And let's just not try to pretend that you weren't capitalizing off of the anti-woke crowd, you disingenuous worm. Like, your bullshit doesn't work on me, okay? Like, I am a little bit, you know, just a little bit smarter than you. Maybe not a whole lot, you know, maybe I'm only a few, you know, points smarter, but you know, I'm a little bit smarter than you, so you know, that shit isn't gonna work with me, okay, buddy old pal?
I mean, you've only started uploading on YouTube 9 months ago.
And you hate that. And you hate that. Babes, I know. It fucking stinks like hell, baby. It stings like hell. Doesn't it?
Then we get more of her bragging, since that's the only thing she seems to be able to do apparently. She can't argue against any points. Nah, it's just brag, brag, brag.
The quote-unquote invisible battles ends when fence-sitting consumer pigs like you.
Fence-sitting, I told you it was gonna call me a fence-sitter, which... it's like a script. It's like, you know, you are either born a bigot or a shill.
You know, it's kind of like it's almost as if you watched the video already and planned out your entire response.
That it's not straight and white. It's woke and it's DEI and we should boycott it and we shouldn't pay any money for it and we shouldn't, you know. And that's just absolutely fucking retarded, which I understand. You're retarded. I know this.
Why am I poisoned? Why am I toxic? What?
Body Type 2 then tries to straw man and say that we only want white people in video games, and if it isn't a straight white character, then the game is obviously woke, you guys. Which, yes, typical libtard argument here. I've brought this up before, but there's a reason nobody was complaining about black characters back in the day. It's because they were actually well written and not just inserted in the game for the sake of pushing a message or for the sake of adding a black character or an Indian character or an Asian character or whatever the fuck character it is. Also, it really seems to be like diversity in the modern day, you know, in the year 2025, really just means black people. Let's be honest. That's pretty much what diversity means at this point.
I bet. Pronounce things first before you come after my accent. You look a certain way.
Why am I toxic?
She bed, you guys. You bed. Again, she really loves throwing those stones in her glass house of hers. Let's just be honest, that glass house is about to crumble. Then she's going to mispronounce phenotype, not even 5 seconds later.
The phenotype is phenotyping when it comes to you. I know this. The phenotype... Pronounce things first before you come after my accent.
But remember, Revenant is the one with the speech impediment, right?
But there's differences, like what you're talking about is called extremism. It's, oh, you know, you're either with or against me.
Then she pulls the extremism card afterwards, since if you ever call out a grifting fence-sitting whammon, that makes you an extremist and shit, because you know you can never disagree with a whammon, or even being right-wing or conservative, that's also extremism. But yeah, she isn't even a fence-sitter. This right here is just textbook liberal behavior. But this is what happens when you shine your flashlight on a rat and expose them for what they truly are. They show their true colors and what they actually believe and how they actually think, which saying she quote-unquote thinks is probably not the right word here to use. Let's just be real, since we all know she ain't doing any forms of thinking in that beautiful and stunning skull of hers, which is fine. This is what OnlyFans and Twitch is for. You know what? It's for the whammons and the body type 2s out there who don't do a whole lot of thinking. So, you know, I think she should really just fully embrace the e-girl shit. Like, she'd get way more subs and money that way instead of LARPing as right-wing or a based body type 2. But nah, she'd rather pull the Pokemon bullshit and try to live in denial that people actually watch her for her stunning and beautiful personality and not her two, you know, moo-moo milkers sitting out in plain sight for everybody to see.
And you think, and you see the world in black and white. You either agree with everything that I say, or you're on the opposite side. And you're woke, and you're shill, and you're a grifter, and you're trash, and we get this. It's been done multiple times before by much smarter people than you.
Well, sometimes shit is as simple as black and white. Sometimes shit isn't that deep and it really is black and white. There's only one truth. My truth, or whatever your beautiful, stunning, and brave liberals want to call it, isn't a thing. So either me, Revenant, Remnant, and what the EGAT is right here, or we're all wrong and you're right. It's one of the two. It's quite that simple. But yeah, typically you're either woke or you aren't. You're either a shill or you aren't. You can't really be in between. Like, that's not how this shit works. Like, if I shill a product even once, guess what? I'm a shill. If I am fine with the slippery slope, or I'm fine with the woke bullshit in one game but not the other, guess what? My views aren't consistent, and I am a woke space toucan with no actual thoughts and beliefs, and I'm a grifting clown. So yeah, it's literally quite that simple, and it literally is black and white.
In cocksacking for absolutely fucking nothing. Zero fucking engagement. Brother, this is just embarrassing for you. It's not embarrassing for me, because I know I'm gonna get more views and more engagement and more money out of this video.
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck.
That you're gonna get out of the entire fucking channel that you have.
Pretty much admitting to being a grifter here. Sure, she isn't exactly, directly saying, yeah, I'm a grifter, I have no actual thoughts and beliefs, I just believe whatever the popular thing is, but she might as well have said that with what she just said right here.
Anything. You obviously know and see this with BioWare, but other studios have done this as well. Or maybe you don't know since you've been on autopilot like an NPC spewing verbal sewage. But I'll enlighten you and make things easy. There's Naughty Dog, Bethesda, Larian Studios, Ubisoft, EA, and yes, chica, Warhorse Studios too. Just
You're just afraid of gay people and black people. Like, they just make you insecure, dude.
You really gotta love that fake laugh she did right there. Very convincing. Again, typical liberal energy. Dude, you're just scared of black people. That's why you don't like Musa being in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. But yeah, to centrists like her, something is only woke if it's either blatant or if the game isn't popular. You see, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, it sold 2 million copies. So therefore, it's not woke, because obviously, if a game sells 2 million copies, it can't be woke, right? Look at Dustborn, not even breaking 1K players on Steam. Must be woke because it didn't get enough players. If only Dustborn sold 2 million copies, then maybe that game wouldn't have been a woke piece of shit game and would have actually been a good based game and shit. But yeah, it's quite funny she brings up being afraid of black people instead of actually saying anything of substance or even defending why and giving solid points to why it's okay for Musa to be in KCD2. But that's this entire, stream. No substance.
If you were half of the man you think you are, this wouldn't bother you. The fucking Larian embarrassing would have made you laugh like it made everyone else laugh. Are you gonna bring up how Mass Effect is woke? Because that would be the last nail in the coffin, to just show that you're just a weirdo, like you're just a little freak.
Why am I poisoned?
Yeah, you heard it from our fellow body type 2 here. If you have a problem with bestiality and don't find it funny, in other words, you're a normal functioning human in society and aren't a degenerate furry fuck, then you are just a freak. Like, again, nothing of substance ever comes out of her mouth. It's only insults after insults. Like, this right here is the definition of a toxic body type 2. She's the type of body type 2 you'd marry, and within 6 months of being married to her, she leaves you and takes half of your money and cheats on you and claims it's your fault since you weren't pleasing her as much as Tyrone she met off of the streets 2 weeks ago. Also, let's just be real, okay? A lot of those older 360 titles could be argued as woke games, such as Mass Effect or Fable 2. Those games were pushing LGBT bullshit back in the early 2000s. Like, sure, they were good games, nobody is denying that, but if you don't think that wasn't the seed taking place for this whole woke movement, which eventually grew into what it is today, then you probably do have 62 IQ. Let's just be real.
Come the fuck on, man. Real talk.
A game can be both good and woke. Like, I really don't understand why normies don't seem to realize this shit.
That gets, no love and gets no external validation from the people around you. So you go seek it in the internet. You're very lonely. You're a lonely man. and you're just screaming at clouds, waiting for someone to scream back at you and tell you, oh my god, you're so right. And it's just because you're spewing the same takes as everyone else.
Like really, come on now, have some self-awareness. Like, do you not see yourself doing the exact same shit? Like, are you not also just spewing the same takes as literally everybody else, aka all the shills defending Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? I do think we should all give KCD2 some credit though, cause it really has weeded out all the fakes from the reals. It truly is the gift that keeps on giving. But yeah, she's a hypocrite and does the same shit she criticizes others for.
Like you're reinventing the wheel or something like that. When we have heard all of this before.
Nah, he's just calling out a grifter and fraud is all.
Successfully. And you're just falling down a flight of stairs constantly. And you're yapping for fucking 30 minutes.
To name a few.
As she yaps her, let me grab out my calculator again. You know, let me type in these numbers right here. 2.5 hours is what, 150 minutes, and then you divide that by 30 since that's how long Revenant's video is. Wow, your stream is 5 times longer, meaning you're 5 times the yapper.
In fact, that's what gravitated people towards your channel in the first place. By you finding something new to get mad and outraged at
But that's a lie.
Bioware about. You rode that train until the brakes fell off. But that didn't stop you from repairing those brakes and getting ready for another ride on that YouTube clout train.
Where? You have to show me where the YouTube... I can show you where the YouTube hype train is. Right here, baby. Come here.
I really hate how she keeps saying, baby.
Right here, baby.
Like, she really thinks she's cute saying that or quirky. But yeah, again, she's in denial, as we've already done the math and over 60% of the videos on her channel is riding that Dragon Age hate bandwagon, which you can look at other videos on her channel that don't revolve around her pay pig cash cow. They get no views, as we've already seen, like literally none at all. But yeah, I really can't see how anybody actually unironically watches her streams or her videos. Like, you gotta be real down bad as a man. Like, pull yourself up, brother. There's more body type 2s out there. There's more, you know, fish in the sea, and more intelligent ones at that.
While KCD2's DEI nonsense is not on the same level as Bellegarde, it still doesn't change the fact that KCD2 is woke.
Okay. Do people care though?
Yeah, clearly people care when people are making videos on it. Wow, real hard to understand, am I right? Then she basically goes to compare the player count of KCD2 versus Avowed, and somehow, since Avowed has less player count, that means Avowed is woke. And the only reason it's woke, apparently, or at least that's what, you know, she's trying to imply. Remember, everybody, if your game doesn't get many players, it's woke. And you know, I didn't make the rules, Nuhre did. Complain to her about it.
You just recently became aware of it doesn't mean Bellegarde was a jumping off point for the anti-woke conversation. While KCD2's DEI nonsense is not on the same level as Bellegarde, it still doesn't change the fact that KCD2 is woke.
But people don't care.
The argument isn't whether people care or not. The argument is that the game is woke. And sure, 200,000 players seems like a lot, right? Well, look at Monster Hunter Wilds. With well over 1 million concurrent players, well, it sure seems like KCD2 is now woke. Since, you know, they could have had 800,000 more players buying the game. But, you know, using your same logic, you know, Monster Hunter Wilds isn't woke. And now, you know, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a woke game. So yeah, it's confirmed. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is woke. You know, you played yourself. But yeah, she's just exposing herself as a grifter right here. Then she really showcases her 62 IQ by saying, if game good, game good. Truly a scholar, if I don't say so myself.
It's almost like, since time immemorial, if game good, game good.
Daniel Vavra said himself that there were
Again, you got your feelings hurt because Daniel Vavra is a piece of shit and he doesn't care about you.
If we are going to keep it a $1.62, I think the only one with hurt feelings here is you.
Ooh, oh my god. And yes, I'm a Daniel Vavra simp because I laughed at his tweets a couple times. Do I think he's becoming a lolcow? Yeah. Do I think him being a piece of shit makes the game any less good? No.
I mean, yeah, it kinda does make the game less good when Daniel Vavra is one of the main writers for the game, and because he's such a piece of shit, like yourself just said, he sold out Warhorse Studios to Embracer for that sweet, paycheck, and because of that, the game got hit with DEI bullshit, underage no-no scenes, pretentious condescending black people, and other various propaganda. So yeah, it clearly did affect the game, baby.
Right here, baby. And again, there was no people in black in medieval Bohemia. The game tells you that Musa was brought from his very black country into the very white Bohemia.
I thought he was a traveling scholar who met up with the King Sigismund, but remember, we're all the ones who didn't play the game, right? And you really gotta love how she's making it out as if some white people or King Sigismund showed up to the mud huts of Mali, knocked on the doors of the mud huts and was like, yo, that Musa guy over in that corner, who's a fucking scholar and shit, you mind giving us that guy? We'll give you, 5 mud bricks and this here Down syndrome chicken for that Musa guy. And then, they just exchanged that shit for Musa, and we're about to see how she is trying to compare this Musa being a scholar, cause we was literally scholars and shit, traveling to Bohemia to the evil white man, rounding up all the brothers of color and taking them back home to America, cause she's apparently too brain dead and too stupid to not realize that their own brothers of color, their own Kang, sold each other to the evil white man. But let's just ignore that part of history because we are libtards out in this bitch, and we love being ignorant and shit and never actually educating ourselves, as Musa likes to say.
My friend, educate yourself a little.
It was, like how the black people in America are black because they were taken from Africa, put in a ship, they slapped some chains on them and they moved them. Musa was brought from his very black country. That I know. Are you following? No, the black people in America didn't sprout from the ground. They were picked from here, from this continent. They were put in another continent. Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like that's how that...
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah, they were sold off by their own people. Are you following? Or do you just want to continue to showcase your 62 IQ?
Rooted in history and have all...
Shut up. Go...
It's fictional. It was intended to be strongly rooted in history and have all...
Shut up. Go to fucking... You have a speech impediment? And it's pissing me off.
Authenticity.
Flashback.
The phenotype, and I bet. Pronounce things first before you come after my accent.
End of flashback.
It wasn't some make-believe fairy tale.
It is a make-believe fairy tale because it's not real. Do you actually think that you're playing through historical moments? Like you're playing like an interactive documentary? Is that what you're thinking? Not that you would know because you haven't played the game like at all.
Are we just going to have aliens also in this historically accurate game with laser beams and Godzilla and Mothra fighting as well? Because it's just a, make-believe fairy tale, right? Yes, we all know the game isn't going to be a one-for-one exactly what happened back then. But when you're adding shit that clearly does not fit the game or time period or theme, then yes, you can't call it historically accurate anymore. Not only that, so do historically accurate, games just not exist anymore? Same with documentaries, because nobody back then had a camera to record every detail of literally everything. Yes, we have to presume things that were left out, but let's just be honest, if the entire world where the Bohemians lived was white back in the day, I feel like it would be kinda, worth mentioning if there was like this lone black guy who was a scholar and shit. It would have been, kind of worth mentioning in the history books, but yeah, she's just a leftist shill with no backbone, just like, Worth a Buy, for example.
Don't reflect any of that, but whatever. Yes, it's called pattern recognition, and I've said multiple times that I understand.
Yeah, pattern recognition that you clearly lack. Next, she's going to tell us to stop mansplaining to her.
That provides praise and acknowledgement.
Yeah, I know this. Why are you mansplaining shit to me?
So yeah, she's also clearly a feminist as well. Then she again makes another classic leftist argument that these clowns love to make, which again, at this point we should be about to graduate with a master's in picking up this sort of shit. So she claims that she doesn't care, and since it's an RPG, there is nothing wrong with Henry, which I did forget to mention this in my Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 review. It's underage, I think he's like 15 years old, as with Hans Capone, who had, you know, fun, you know, backdoor activities to say the least in the game. But yeah, just because it's a role-playing game doesn't mean adding LGBT love scenes to it makes the game any better. More choices doesn't equal better, because if it did, then why can't we kill the essential NPCs like Musa, for example? Where's my player choice? I thought this was a role-playing game, you guys. Or do you only use this gay argument when it benefits you and your talking points?
Was it the ability to put a penis on a female?
What was so shocking about a game that lets you play as a lizard?
Why is our fellow stunning and brave body type 2 avoiding the question? Did he say lizard?
Male character or a vagina on a male character?
A male character? You're making fun of the phenotype accent when your first language is English and you talk like you have a whole dick and balls in your mouth?
Why am I poisoned? Why am I toxic?
Maybe you do. Because there's a lot of projecting. I see a lot of projecting here.
Nuhre really doesn't seem to like the fact that Remnant made fun of her accent, considering this is like the 50th time this stream she's brought it up. Like, she's really seething over the fact that her accent is complete trash. And we're going to skip to the end since she says nothing of real substance and just repeats the same shit she has been saying for the entire stream, and the same handful of talking points that, you know, being baby,
Here, baby.
stop attacking me for my accent, baby.
Baby.
You're just bitter and jealous, baby.
Baby.
Stop mansplaining to me, baby.
Baby.
It's a role-playing game. We should be able to be gay in the 15th century Bohemia and retcon characters who were previously straight into players' sexual degenerates, baby.
Baby.
Her argument for why she is genuine is basically trust me, bro. Also, how does it make you genuine if most of your audience disagrees with you? I feel like in a way that kind of make you disingenuous, or at least to some extent, since all of your audience should be, you know, based or anti-wokers. Like, if they're calling you out on your bullshit and you're doubling down on it, that kind of makes you a shill, does it not? Then yeah, you aren't genuine. But yeah, I really don't know why or how anybody listens to this toxic body type 2 here for more than like 5 minutes, especially with her, you know, nails on the chalkboard, you know, voice. Oh wait, never mind, I do know how. It's her mommy moo milkers and the fact that she's a whammon, and there are far too many lonely dudes out there, unfortunately, who will continue to support toxic people like this. But yeah, if I never have to see or hear this beautiful and stunning creature ever again, I won't complain. But yeah, if you like this video, if you like that shit, you know, that's cool. Like the video, subscribe, all that gay shit, yeah, bye.